What's up YouTube? My name's Quickie, welcome back to the channel. Look, it's turned up. 2 weeks I've been waiting on that. Bloody stupid thing. This little sensor, I'm hoping is going to sort the van right out, and it's all going to run like a champ, and it's not going to be all, you know, Rita Hayworth and all that lot anymore, and it's just going to go without any fuss. So it's Thursday, 22nd. I really wanted to have a crack at doing that speedo surround and getting all that up so I can sort all the other bits and pieces out, but I need to get the van on the road. So I'm doing that first, and then I'm doing this, and we might even have a Jamie in later on so he can have a look at the lathe and go, yeah, it's buggered. You need another one of them, or whatever it is. I don't know. It's weird. You turned it on and it went really, really slowly, and then it just stopped. Wasn't very good. So, you know, I'm hoping he'll be able to find out what's wrong with it and we can get that sorted, because I've got the tubes to make as well. But van is first. I can't get a spanner on it. Well, I can't get a socket on it, and I haven't got a 27mm spanner. So I'm hoping Jackie's going to be down later on, and I can just borrow a spanner off him, because he's bound to have one. He's got all sorts in his shed. But it's also now chucking it down with rain. Brilliant. I'm hoping that's going to stop later on. So in the meanwhile, I'm going to have a crack at that, I think. Right, let's, where's my measuring stick? Where's he gone? I want the little one. Is he up there? Alright, I'll go for a big one then. 13mm. Right, okay, so this is the speedo housing that I need to be monkeying about with. Essentially that's too deep, that plate's in the wrong place, the holes is in the wrong place, and that slot's not too big. Might be easier just to make a whole new one. But we should be able to monkey about with this a little bit. There is 8mm sticking up here. But this is actually 13mm taller than the one that we're going to be using. So there's 8mm of this sticking out from the top. So I can have that off, but it still means I've got to shift that thing in there, which is a bit of a pain, if I'm honest. What to do first? Right, I've messed up my powder coat. That all needs redoing. But I've opened up this slot, you know, quite a bit actually. But now if we stick him on the top yoke, you're going to have to get your hand in here to get to the switches, but you can get to the switches, so that's all going to be good. When it's sitting on the bike like that, it's still not going to catch any weather, because obviously the slot's on this side. And you can't see the slot because of how the yokes come down, so it's all still sort of quite hidden, which I like, which I do like quite a bit. So now I've just got to move this brackety, jobby strip of metal with the holes in the middle. That's got to come up a bit, like, what's to say, 12mm, something like that. And I need to put my holes in a different place as well. It's going to be a complete cow to get out though. I might be making another one of them. However, the rain has stopped, so I'm going to see if I can go and borrow a spanner, because I haven't got a 27mm. Oh, actually, I wonder if one of those... Oh, I do have a box of old spanners. There might be one in there that fits. But whilst the weather's like it is, because it is dark and dingy and horrible today, I need to get the van done. Right, where's those spanners? Right, I can't do that. I haven't got a 27mm spanner. Can't get in there. The engine casing is this little thing that comes out. You can't get a socket in there. Well, not the sockets that I've got. So I want to have a go with the ring spanner, and I haven't got a ring spanner, and I'm not putting an adjustable on it because that will mess it up completely. So I might as well just crack on with this and hope a jack turns up, or I'll have to get a spanner on my way home or on my way in tomorrow and get it done then. Brilliant. Right, let's see if we can't cut this thing out. Can we carry on with this? Don't really want to use this. I really don't want to use this, but my little power hacksaw jobby, well, that's rubbish. I suppose I could give it a go. It's just it's too quick. It's too quick. And the teeth on it are rubbish as well. And I haven't even gotten into it anymore. Brilliant. So he's making headway. I tried shot blasting this. I think I need some new grit. It's not really taking much off. It's just making it look a little bit frosty. It took some off on the inside, but I need some more grit basically. So I've made a little thing. He fits on the back of the speedo. So now I just need to get that set in there at the right depth and the right orientation. Several different ways I could do it. But because it's all together, see, I put that one on, the original one on, when this domed bit wasn't even on it. That was a doddle. Not so much anymore. So what I think I'm probably going to do, I've marked the depth on the outside. Probably going to slit it with a cut-off disc, such that this goes in there. I might have to screw it to something that's the same depth, like 30mm deep. And then I'll just tack it from the outside, weld it up and dress it in. So let's do that. Yes! Mr. Man in his van to the rescue. I don't care what you lot say about him causing all kerfuffle and whatnot. He's blinded because he's got a 27mm spanner. With the right tool, that thing just came straight off. I've been goofing about all day trying to get it done. So anyway, the sensor swap's on the van. I've now just got to put everything else back on the van, bleed it, and see if it goes. Where's my book of words? How do you bleed it? Is it just with that pumpy thing? Right then, van is done. All that grief for this stupid little bloody thing. It's caused me so many trouble. It's horrible not being mobile. Anyway, it is cracking on. It is 5 o'clock. It is dark outside now. I need to go home and look after Jake because Sam's doing Sam stuff. I don't know. And I'll be back to carry on with this tomorrow. I reckon that's going to work. Right, I'll be back. Right, I think we're in. I lost a little bit of footage, but you didn't really miss much. All I did was slit down the sides of the thing, put the speedo on the bracket that I made, offered it up and got it all square and bloody blah, marked it, took it all apart, stuck it back in and tacked it, and now I've just filled up the weld, ground it, and it's got a coat of primer on it. So that's got to dry before I can shove the speedo in. I am going to put probably a couple of O-rings just around the base of the bezel, just because there is a bit of a gap between the housing and the speedo itself. So that'll keep it central, but it'll also stop any water and stuff like that getting down it as well. You don't live in there. So that's what's going on there. In other news, today is, what is it, Friday? I don't know, why do I look at my watch to find out what day it is? It is Friday, the 23rd. I'm not going to be in here tomorrow, because tomorrow is my birthday. So we're doing stuff. I'm going to have a lazy day, probably editing this video and sticking this up, and then we're out in the evening and whatnot for a bit of a slap-up meal. So that'll all be quite cool. But we've also got Jamie down here today. He's doing some last-minute stuff, which he really should have done about a week ago. But I'm going to see if we can have a quick look at the lathe and see what's going on there as well. It would be really good to get that going, because I'm going to need that to do the headlamp mounts. You will see all that later on. In business, it is all done. It has just had a coat of primer on it, and I cured it in with a nice new oven, which did a spanky job. I didn't realise it's a fan oven, but you know, I mean, it's not blown bugs on the back of it or anything, but it probably means I do need to stick a filter on it somewhere. But anyway, it's all matched up and everything else. It's got an O-ring in it, just to, you know, help cushion it and, you know, all that sort of stuff, because it is only held by 2 screws at the bottom. But it looks a treat when you're sitting on it. It's all nice and level. It's just simple. I do like it. In other news, Jamie, legend that he is, fixed the lathe. Basically, we turned it off and then turned it back on again. I should have tried that. It's got an alarm thingy on it. So as long as you unplug it from the wall, count to 30, then plug it back in again, it clears everything. And that was there before, so now the little light's gone out. And it's all working, which means I can do these bits next and get the headlamp in, which I'm probably going to do. It's all right, doesn't it?
I think it looks like it actually, yeah.
It's nice and simple. Yeah. It's definitely changing the look of stuff.
I take it that's miles per hour, not revs.
Yeah, it's miles an hour.
Yeah.
Revs is on that, but there was a whole debate about that.
I was going to say, I don't think that's all rev to 40 first.
I don't know, we could have a go. But anyway, yeah. So anyway, these bits will be next. I've got some measurements and stuff, so I'm going to be goofing about at home and just coming up with spacing on CAD so I know how to make it. I've got some stainless tube up there and a stainless bit of plate, so we're going to keep it minimal. You will see fixing bolts, because I'm doing it different to the way that I did Jixit. But it's all going to be quite simple looking and, you know, tidy and whatnot. So that's going to be the next bit. So anyway, it is now 2:20. I need to be home for 3 because we're off out on the town tonight. And then it's my birthday tomorrow, so I'm not coming in. I'm not coming in the day after because that's Christmas. So all that remains for me to do is to wish you a very, very, very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I do hope you get spoilt rotten by Santa. And we'll see you later on. Laters!